I've helped business owners go from working 60-hour weeks to 20-hour weeks while scaling past 7 figures, and here's what I've learned. Most entrepreneurs who are stuck below $30,000 a month think like employees who just happen to have a business. They're trapped in operations, making every decision, and putting out every fire. But the entrepreneurs I work with who scale past multiple 7 figures, they think completely different. They think like strategic CEOs. And I'm about to show you exactly how they think, because this one shift, it changes everything. CEOs think, what do I eat? And I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about eliminate, automate, transfer. Some people call it delegate. Employeepreneurs, that's an employee who thinks they're an entrepreneur, they think, I'll do it. When something needs to be done, many operators think, I'll handle it, and then they become the bottleneck for every decision. Strategic CEOs ask 3 questions in order. Can this be eliminated? Can this be automated? And can this be transferred? They only do what absolutely requires their unique expertise, not what they're good at. In one of my favorite books, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, he breaks this down brilliantly. So let me walk you through it very, very quickly. Let me draw this out on the graph. So we're gonna do this just like this. And then we're gonna have best use of talent and best use of time. And if we draw this down the middle here like this, and then we draw a line across the middle like that, this area is ZOE. We're gonna call this area your ZOG. So zone of excellence, zone of genius, and you're gonna have zone of incompetence, and then we have your zone of competence. So your zone of excellence, these are things you do extremely well and you can make a good living. And this is where most people want you to stay. And this is where most people end up staying. Your zone of incompetence, there's other people, many other people that can do these things way better than you. So you definitely want to keep these as far away from your plate as possible. Now, this is the danger zone, the zone of competence. These are things that you can do well, but there's other people, many other people that can do these things just as well as you can. And then we have your zone of genius. These are a set of activities that you're uniquely suited to do. These draw on your special gifts and your special strengths. You want to have 90+% of your time in your zone of genius. And most entrepreneurs, especially employeepreneurs, don't think like this and don't operate like this. Now, before you hire anyone, you want to ask yourself, is this a people problem or is this a process problem? Most things need better processes, not more people. And if you hire better people and you bring them into a broken process, broke processes break good people, and you're just lighting your money on fire. Now, I have a client named Lindsay. She actually had team members on the team and she was running a law firm. And we actually had to really unpack everything that she did on a day-to-day basis so we can actually free her from a lot of things, because she was kind of really taking on everything, and it was really hard to release and transfer things and automate things. Like most entrepreneurs, especially the employeepreneurs, are thinking, okay, this is my baby, I need to hold on to this, I can't let it go, and that actually hinders them and keeps them trapped in their business. By her releasing this, is able to actually free up her bandwidth so she can focus on the parts of her business where she brings the most value to. Now, next is strategic CEOs thinking profit, not revenue. Many operators celebrate hitting revenue milestones without looking at the bottom line. We did 50K this month. Strategic CEOs track 3 key metrics: profit margins, cash on hand, and revenue per team member. They'd rather make $30,000 profit on $50,000 revenue than $10,000 profit on $100,000 in revenue. There's a quote that says, revenue is vanity and profit is sanity. If you're not profitable at $30,000 a month, there's a high likelihood that you won't be profitable at $100,000 per month. So I was talking to my CFO the other day, and he was telling me about a client that he has who makes $1 million per month on 3% margins. And he was trying to show him some different ways to optimize. However, he just loved the idea of making $1 million a month, and he wasn't willing to make less revenue and increasing his profit because he just wanted to be able to tell people he was making $1 million a month. And I hear that often. If you're starting to see that your thinking, not your effort, is what's keeping you trapped in the operator role, this is the moment to fix it. And this is exactly what we do with business owners like you every single day. We show you the blind spots in your thinking that keep you stuck in the weeds, and we install the systems that pull you out of the day-to-day for good. If you want to start operating like a strategic CEO instead of an employeepreneur, that's the bottleneck. Hit the link below and book a quick strategic scale session. Strategic CEOs think, what's my highest leverage activity, not what's most urgent. Most operators live in reactive mode, always putting out fires and confusing being busy with being productive. Strategic CEOs protect what we call the $1 million hour. This is the time blocked out for the highest leverage activities that grow and scale the business. They ask, what's the one thing I can do that makes everything else unnecessary or easier? Strategic CEO time is strategic work that scales and create assets. Operator time is tactical work that maintains. While most entrepreneurs work to make money, strategic CEOs work to create assets because assets make money. The goal is 80% strategic CEO time and 20% operator time. You do not have time not to work on the business. And number 4, strategic CEOs think, how do I multiply myself? Not how do I do more? When they need to grow, most operators think, I need to work more hours and try to clone myself. Strategic Strategic CEOs think, how do I create systems that work without me? They build once and they benefit forever. So you want to use the delegation framework. Watch me do it. We do it together. You do it, and then we discuss. And this framework goes back to even when Jesus was walking the planet, because this is the same model that he implemented with the disciples and how they were able to scale. And name somebody who's built the bigger movement than Jesus. The goal isn't people who do it exactly like you, it's people who get the same results. I have a client named Wes. We actually helped him grow his coaching business from $0 to $3 million over about 2 years. And he came in, he was doing all the coaching, and we began to build out his team. But just like most coaches, they thought that, okay, I need to be the one delivering. My clients want to work with me. I'm the person. And I continue to explain to my clients, the more valuable you are to the business, the less valuable your business is. And your clients don't want you. They actually want a specific outcome. And because of this, Wes was able to scale his business while traveling across the world with his wife. And his clients continued to get the same results, even without him being a part of the process. He was able to run a multi-million dollar business while only coaching 1 day a week. Now you know the 4 thinking patterns that separate the strategic CEOs from the employeepreneur. But the truth is simple. Most entrepreneurs know this stuff, but they just don't implement it because they're stuck in the day-to-day. That's where we step in. We install these systems with you so you can finally think and operate like a strategic CEO. If you're ready to get out of hustle mode for good, click the link below and schedule your free strategic scale session. You have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to walk away with a specific step-by-step game plan to install these systems into your business. And from there, you can decide if you want us to help you do it or if you want to take it and go do it on your own. Totally up to you. Click the link below. Go ahead and schedule your strategic scale session right now before the spots fill up. And if you want to see the exact systems behind all this, watch How to Build Systems so your business runs and grows without you.